What's up, everybody? Firing up a little gameplay action here. Kind of seeing what's happening. Fiddling with my picture real quick. All right, should be good. So anyway, just sitting around here drinking some coffee, fucking off for the morning. Honestly, gonna just kind of clean up some shit that I hadn't done all week. I'm trying to research how to get one of those elemental lariat things. Because obviously my neck, I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't suck. That, and I want to craft one of those great belts because I got lucky a couple weeks back and got this ring. And I don't know how often that procs, but I bet it procs a lot. So it would be well worth having. And then eventually I need to do some Mythic Plus today. There's some things on here that definitely could use some upgrading. Push me up towards the 400 item level range. This weapon really needs something to go over it. Ideally, I'd get a couple more trinkets, that type of thing. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, let's start back out with what we were going to do and get some of this questing done. So, fell right off there. Give me a raft. And we'll just go through and take some pictures. We've got a rare, very exciting. Common. Look, we're already 44% done. Wow, that did not take long. And I'm glad I upgraded that shit the last time I was in Shore, because I'm not going to do green that. Turn it in. Here, and you can do all that shit. Go up there, complete that. Okay. Yes. Dragon riding still an incredible feature in my mind. Just makes everything that much better. See about getting just all the world quests done on any given one of the areas here. Just get kind of everything cleaned up. I'm a bit anal about these things. I don't like seeing them on my map. Who's this guy I'm supposed to meet?
Has fallen under siege. Eliminate the invading forces.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, that's great too. What do you want, though?
Let us see if the scale interacts with the consoles of the hold. Place it here.
Sure.
Too far away.
I took this quest so long ago, I don't even remember what it is. Seems questionable. Alright, what's it doing?
For order to be upheld,
activate it.
sent by the Pantheon to push back, void.
That magic! I have seen
Great.
much.
We did it.
I know more. We will be cautious. The Guardians of Tyrhold are still behaving erratically. This device may be able to disrupt some of them temporarily, should you need it.
Why is this thing running from me? See how much percent this gets. 3. Well, that's thrilling.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
What does this do? In an elite denizen. Oh, so it helps me kill shit. Well, that seems okay. And these guys all count, right? Yep. Bring it on in. Bring it in, boys. Inevitably, when people see somebody killing a bunch of stuff, they dive into health because they have the best stuff. Oh, another story to turn into that guy. That's nice. I need to keep an eye on Dragonbane Keep here. Ooh, actually, speaking of. Alright, we need to break off and go do that right now. It's 4 minutes away. Oh wait, what's this thing?
The dragons
Yep,
shall
gotta
be
click those. Great.
caretakers
Okay, now.
for the future of Azeroth.
I pointed in the right direction. More or less. What the fuck just dismounted me? Bag. Goblin glider. That was weird. I'm not confident that this goblin glider will last long enough for me to land. Well, maybe it will. It looks like it might. Honestly, should have just used it a little closer to the ground. Hello. Can I land here? Yes. Did I just like get too high? Like Icarus, did I fly too close to the sun? Who knows? Go faster. So you know where has flying ever been this fast? Like, look at this. This is absolutely fucking incredible. Normally you would just jump on a flight path and wait 8 years, like get up, get a drink, have a smoke, whatever, for that shit to get done. Anyway, I needed to do this today. Need to finish that today. Find out what all that smack is. Turn that in whenever that chick gets back. Get that. This one, I'm gonna have to get an alt that like does these things or something. So anyway, that's the recommendation online at least. Is nobody's putting crafting orders in right now because nobody finds it super useful. I guess maybe that's how I could get an elemental lariat. Since it's number 1 priority, number 2 priority, like I said, is the belt that then procs the ring. But I need 10 of these primal focus. I think I only have 10, so I'm only going to get to make one thing, and then I'll have to do 10 more 11 plus dungeons. Then make another thing. That's a super huge challenge to try and do in a day, but we'll see what happens. That's my valor. Yes. So I did use some of it, and then there's websites that's like, don't use it, right? But I wanted to have these two pieces here, and I figured why not level them up? It made sense to me. Timer here. 4 seconds. Great. Let's get this done. What I don't know is whether that chat window is working. In fact, if you happen to be watching, could you do me a favor and throw a chat up?
The Isles have awakened. The day has come. Let us take
Hey,
back
here
our
we go,
home.
the Dragon Wagon. Something where you get these little fucking guys and you feed them to the fat thing that pulls the dragon. Beef.
I must get closer.
Oh, you can't pull any of these guys. Well, that's fine.
I am out of range.
I don't know if I know what the point of petting him is. I'm going to be totally honest.
will push ahead and give cover. Set up a camp so we can launch our assault.
You don't really have to try hard at these things. You can actually just kind of fuck off through it as long as you tag some stuff, and it's like, oh look. He's a bonus objective. Easy smash. Not really taking damage. Look at that. You just see me like focused on it. Just fucking dialed it. I don't think whoever my viewer is threw me a chat so I can test it on that thing. Unless that viewer is me. Suppose I could chat it myself. Oh, what the fuck is this thing? Alright, now the earth is just erupting in flames. This is not even damage. It's just... Huzzah!
They're trying to keep us out with fire. Ha! Show them we dragons bring the heat.
Oh, really? These guys are just like, go way up here? Okay. Well, we'll do that. It's a grand fleet.
The Jordan are retreating. We will hold the field. Get in that fort and clear out any stragglers.
We're in the fort. We're clearing the stragglers. Clear them, he said. Apparently we win. Seems like we win. Actually helped me with one large tool. Excuse me. Hi, boss. leave any other stuff I should have looted? More large tools. And what does this do? I don't think I missed anything else, so we're gonna call that good. Ooh, I'll sneeze there. All right, cat. It's enough. What a grump. The audio stream's current bitrate. It always says this. I don't understand. Can everyone hear me? We will do that last. Let's go get some cooked caviar, shall we? Oh, crash.
Great fish gather in droves. Go, gather meat for us and bring back stories of your exploits.
Catch 'em, you clean 'em. Oh, there's like 8 of us fishing this fish. Fish rage, it says.
What a haul! Certainly worthy of a tale or two of your own.
Now. Go ride the race. Race the ride. Where are you, race? No, not here.
It is a bright day with exceptionally favorable winds. A perfect day for a race.
Is it exceptionally favorable winds? Alright, let's do her. Oh, I remember this one.
Excellent work. I can see that the two of you
Ta-da.
are competitors.
Where is it? Boom, 500 gold. I don't hate those rewards. And look, I'm getting this rep thing done. Over here, let's just go up there and do that.
Kalashi Flamecaster is forcing the river into a frenzy. Cut him down before the waters boil away.
He's boiling, baby. Welcome, new viewer. Am I missing something that this guy is doing? Oh, you missed it, buddy. Other elementals. Well, that doesn't sound. I didn't need that one.
Let's keep it that way.
I loot everything. Alrighty. Next. Don't need to do that because when I do these, I'm going to kill things in there and get that. So let's just go here to this world quest. Okay, thanks. Okay. How are you?
The lush gardens of the life pools have attracted pests. We cannot allow them to threaten the safety
Oh, I
of
gotta
our
get rid of the
relics.
pests. Prune shrubs, bag bees. Where's the bee bag? Oh, there it is. Alright, so I have a smoke diffuser with which to bag bees. Of course, when you prune a shrub, some guy comes out and he's mad about it. Great. Love it. That guy's doing it wrong and killing the bees. Probably wondering why his quest isn't complete. Maybe after you bag it, I turn aggro. Let's find out when we do it. Right now we're pruning some bush. Trimming the verge. Hello. Let's try this bee.
I am out of range.
Damn it. I look like an idiot. So you defuse them and then have to beat them down, and that's how you bag them? Oh, you beat them down until they stop doing their thing. I understand. That was not what we were going for. I got a little aggressive, almost killed my bee. Didn't really appreciate it. Damn demon hunter. You know, I keep thinking it's the second button for whatever reason. Every time. But it's not. It's the first.
I must get closer.
La-da-dee, la-da-bee.
Too far away.
There you go, bee. One down here, buddy. Seven of 8 bees. Seven of 8 bees in my bag. Alright, there's 8 bees. I have to trim 2 more shrubs. Believe it or not. Look at that demon hunter, just grabbing everything like a dick. Alright, that's the whole shebang-a-bang. Now, where do these bees go? Fuck out of here.
Well done. Our caretakers can now continue their work in peace.
was that thing pointing me to? Well, I gotta go do this world quest. That raid boss, whatever. World boss. I'll do the world boss. Then I'm gonna get another cup of coffee. Yeah, what is this? What is this pinging me? Oh, I see what it's saying. Yay, look around. Tag a high top area. Ooh, wallowee. Rich draconium deposit. That I will take. Thank you very much. Hello,
against these
new
lands is a
viewers.
threat against our queen.
Welcome to
Remove them
the
and restore
channel.
the order.
Been here before? Feel free to say hi. 5 tanks in that group. 6 of them now, with 1 healer and 3 DPS. It's gonna work out. He's just dead, dude. Just wait for him to fucking respawn. Where's the quest to Dragonbane Keep? At Dragonbane Keep. Ha 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 ha. Pretty funny. Oh, Jesus. And we lost all those extra viewers. Well, that's okay. We'll get some more later today. Well, now we have 8 tanks, 2 healers, and 16 DPS. So again, this will work well. Inevitably. Something is poking me in the eye. Wow. I think it was this cat hair. God. Sure it was from Penn. It's a dick. Oof. Okay. Now. Let's do this. Yep. We're up to 10 tanks, 3 heals, and 23 DPS. Again, just what you need to beat a boss. 25 DPS. Room for like one person.
These lands is a threat against our
There's
queen.
Fast Iron. Alright, we're going in hot.
The order.
Oh, I got booped by someone. Not sure. So I'm going to tell you right now, I am 99.9% sure that DBM is not working for me. And I'm going to have to reinstall it. What did that just say? Breath incoming? See, something is speaking. Yeah, see? Breath. I'm in for like 17 seconds. Very good. I'm 90% sure I gotta reinstall. You guys are here now, right? It's like when I stand in Sanguine and the shit says, watch your feet. Okay, but it's like the only thing I hear. I feel like some profile or something that I turned on was just like
I thank you for your efforts today, champion.
move over here and leave the party. And now I was supposed to go do or get some more coffee.
Gather in droves.
In
gather meat for us and bring back stories of your exploits.
And I need to do this
Glad I could help.
so that I can restock things. Get out of here, Otter. See, if you scare 10 otters away, then you can plant another fish net. A ton of them here. They're running from me. Oh, giving back to nature, restocking 100 fish. That's me, baby. $10 hours. Alright, now the world quest is get some fish. Come on, fish. Come on. I'm sure some people are like, oh, this looks like it sucks. The mindlessness of some of the daily shit. You know, it's like, honestly, it doesn't bother me. Like, really, it's, I don't know. Something about just kind of sitting around, doing something, making the day go by, especially after I have my fucking nose surgery tomorrow. Then I'm gonna have nothing to do except watch TV. Or game, if I can handle gaming, which I hope I can. I'm gonna have like a thing strapped to my face. It's gonna catch like the blood and stuff coming out of my nose. So you guys are all gonna be super entertained by my visual appearance. Oh, hey, welcome, folks. Good morning. A few more viewers here in the channel. What's happening? If you haven't already, you want to do me a favor, hit that old like and subscribe. Appreciate it. If you like the content, if you don't, or if you like chatting with me, that's all fine too. Ain't your cup of tea? Hey, I get it. Come on. Come on. What do you damn fish? I try to be at least entertained.
Certainly worthy of a tale or two of your own.
Okay, so we kind of did everything in this zone, and we did some stuff, but not all stuff, because there's a race over there in that zone. We have those 2 quests to complete there. So we have did some things. But what did I say? Before I do freaking anything else, holy frittata, I need some coffee. I will be right back. Oof. Okay. Whew. Well, we seem to have disappointed a viewer while I was gone. And they have left. Oh. Man, you know you're getting old when you go to walk up the stairs from getting a cup of coffee and your knee practically gives out. Like, wow. And that hurt. I mean, whew. So, let's go do that. Oh. Sheesh. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
What's up to you?
What are you playing?
The World of Warcraft.
It is a bright day with
What do
exceptionally
you got going
favorable
on?
wind.
You programming today? Doing some work?
I am reverse engineering a unit.
Reverse engineering a head unit.
A head unit. Yeah. I work for a forensic company now. Have you heard of Cyphertech? Eventually.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I work part-time for.
Alright.
But if I had an FCL, I could sub to them. But I need to find an FCL first. So, all in due time.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, man, you'll get to it. Just
cool.
crashed into that fucking thing.
Yeah, stream with me. Stream for me.
Oh, hold on. I'm streaming live to YouTube right now.
Well, that works. Over there.
I linked it in the going live chat here in my Discord. Actually, I thought that's why you popped in, because, like, literally I linked it, and then you popped in the channel and were like, hello. And I'm like, wow. Jared is on point. Dude, like,
yeah. I was just putting on some music in the background, and then I saw that Discord was open, and I was like, oh, I should make sure that I'm not logged in somewhere. And then I was like, just hovered over real quick to see if anybody was online, and here you were. So here I am.
I love it. I don't remember whether I have the Discord voice of other people muted on the stream or not.
Here, let's see. I'll just I muted your YouTube, but let's see if I show up. No, it's not muted. You can hear me. I can hear myself.
See, and I've always debated between whether that's a good thing or a bad, because so I respect the fact that people might, and that's kind of why I sit in the streaming channel in my Discord, right? So people know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I get
But
you.
at the same time, if I mute the output of the people that I'm chatting with, then
it just sounds like you're crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm just having a conversation with myself all the time.
I get it.
So I don't know what's better. So unless you have any qualms about it, I will leave you unmuted for now, and we can just carry on any kind of regular conversation.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm getting over being sick. Oh shit! I have to book travel. I'm getting over being sick.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah,
what was I going here for? Yeah, dude, I'm about to be sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow
is it like you're about to be synced wink wink, or like you're really about to be synced?
No, there is no wink. I am having my deviated septum repaired tomorrow at 8:55 a.m. They just texted me my surgery time like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, damn. Are you excited? I don't know. How does one react to that?
I mean, I'm excited for the eventual thing, right? Like, it's supposed to be really good. Like, everybody that has this done, right, they're like, oh my god, it's life-changing. But first you have to get over, like, all the shit that happens to you after, right? So, like, they told me to take the whole rest of the week off work, right? So I'm off. I'm just going to be, like, if I can handle sitting in a chair and playing video games, I'm going to be doing this, like, every day this week.
Yeah.
Until I go back to work a week from now. But, like...
Yeah.
So everybody's like, it sucks post-surgery because you're going to have, like, you're not allowed to blow your nose for, like, a week, right? And so you're just going to have, like, blood and snot, like, slowly dripping kind of out of your nose. I mean, not to be super graphic about it, but that's just the situation.
That sucks, man.
I know, like, one lady was telling me when her husband had it done, she literally put, like, a maxi pad under his nose and put a chip clip on it to hold it there. And it was the most absorbent option. Right?
Wow.
Like,
what about just like a tampon into each nostril?
That is also an idea, but I'd be a little worried about the expansion, I think.
True. Shows how much I know about the application of tampons.
Yeah. Well,
You just plug it in a hole, right? And then it just it's a sterile cotton swab you plug into a hole.
I would love to be there when you explain to your lady friend that is exactly how you believe this whole thing works. You just
she comes home at 8:30 tonight.
Yeah, just let her know. Be like, hey, today I discussed how tampons work, and my understanding is you just plug it in the hole.
Yeah.
And shit just
it works.
Functions.
It just works.
Yeah. She may have some thoughts on this, but we'll be interested to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't understand why these things run from me.
Oh, do you have like sleep apnea?
I do have some sleep apnea. Honestly, it is mild. So I recently did a sleep study to figure that out.
You have sleep apnea. That's question numero uno.
Yeah, I had to do like one of those at-home sleep studies, right? So you like do all this shit, and you have to wear this thing for like 2 nights, and then you turn it into them, and then they send it off, and they get all the data back, and then they analyze the data, and then they come tell you about it, and they're like, yeah, you have mild sleep apnea. And I mean, for like my size and everything, and the amount that I snore, mild, I was super surprised about.
Really?
Oh yeah. So it was interesting, but
life's better than expected.
Yeah, right. But the reason I'm having this done is more. So I've been seeing an allergist for years, right? Because, well, actually, rewind all the way back. I've had nose trouble for like ever. Like I've never been able to breathe out of my nose, like kind of my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just imagine how like fast and strong and immune to things you'd be if you could breathe out your nose.
Yeah, right? Like that's so in theory, this could be amazing.
True.
But so I saw an ENT in like 2012, and I'm like, hey, I think my nose needs sorted out. Like, I don't know if I have polyps or what or whatever. And he looked in there, he's like, well, you have some inflammation. That's usually caused by allergies. Why don't we treat the allergies first and see if that allows you to be able to breathe so that you don't have to do, like, go a surgical route, right? Because, it's like, surgery should be a last resort or whatever. I'm like, okay, you're making some sense.
Yeah, one or two valid points.
Yeah, so we do this, and so eventually I go see, like, fast forward years later, I don't remember how many years, but years later I go see an allergist, because I started just taking, like, Zyrtec or whatever, because I realized I'm allergic to cats, and then we have, like, 4 cats, and it's like, oh, great, right? So because that ENT guy that told me that, he allergy tested me, and he's like, well, you got to treat this allergy. He's like, you can go for allergy shots or whatever else, but you can start by just trying to, like, have shit. I'm like, okay. So...
But wait, go ahead.
Well, I just started taking Zyrtec, like, back in those days, right? And that worked for a good while. But eventually I was like, I should really pursue this allergy shot stuff. So I went back to an ENT, and I was like, hey, and this time I had moved, right? So I went to a different ENT, the one that's actually going to do my surgery. And he's like, yeah, I agree, you still kind of have the allergy stuff. He's like, I know a good allergist if you want to pursue that. He referred me to this other guy. So I go to this other guy, and I start getting the treatment for the allergies with the allergy shots and shit, right?
Yep.
And eventually, I'm having, like, a follow-up with this dude, and I admit to him, I'm like, I have just never in my life been able to breathe out of my nose. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, have you ever had a CT scan? And I was like, no one ever said that shit before. And he's like, all right, well, let's do that. So he does that, and then whenever that shit comes back, I have a follow-up appointment with him, like, a month later or something. And he's like, yeah, you got some problems. So I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. I mean, not like, yeah, you're about to bite the dust. Not quite like that, but like...
Well, when a doctor comes to you and says, yeah, you got some problems, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you got some problems. Like, that even he was unwilling to pursue fixing, right? He's like, I don't do that kind of stuff, but I know this guy who does. Lo and behold, he refers me back to the same guy who once referred me to him.
So this just feels like a mafioso style,
like a racket or something, right? Like, yeah, right? Like, almost. So, ultimately, but now I've at least treated allergies, right? So I'm still on allergy shots and shit like that.
Yeah.
And all that's actually working really well for me.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I go back to this other guy, and he's like, yeah, he's like, based on this, he's like, you've treated the allergies, everything else, so the inflammation is down, but still, like, you say you can't ever breathe through your nose. And I always tell people this story, like, whenever I was a kid, and I was getting braces.
Yeah.
They had to, like, stick the goo in the mold and then stick it in your mouth and, like, mold your teeth.
They don't do that anymore, by the way.
No, and that would be great, but back in the day, they totally fucking did.
Yeah, I remember it.
And so, that sucked. Oh, pen. You little doink. Hello. No, you cannot lay on me right now. I'm in the middle of fighting bad things, okay? Come on. Now. Say hello to everybody on the camera. See? Cat.
Let's see him. Oh, that's a good cat.
See, what he wants me to do is lay back so that he can, like, lay on me. Why are you standing on my shoulder, you weirdo? You're gonna fall.
It's like a tabby.
Yeah.
That's a good cat.
Pen, your butt is right in the camera. Everyone's seeing it. No one wants that. Okay. Why don't you hop down, little cat? Alright? Don't yell. There. Now. Back to fighting these bosses that can't kill me. But anyway. So, where was I? in this long and convoluted story? Oh, I go to this guy. Well, oh wait, the braces thing. Yes. So back whenever I had to get molds for my braces, like they stuck that goo in my mouth, and you're kind of like laying on a chair, like laying back and shit. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like I can't breathe. So I start to like try and breathe through my mouth like I normally did back then. Still do. And I started like gagging on all that shit. It's like running back into your throat and it feels like it's choking you or whatever. I'm like, dude. And they're like, relax, just breathe through your nose. And I'm like, I don't think you understand.
So yeah, what ended up happening?
Well, I mean, I got through that. It's just when I am super duper relaxed, I can breathe through my nose. But I have to be like I said, like incredibly relaxed.
Through your entire time in the Navy, no one was like...
No, it just like never came up, right? And I don't think like other dudes on the ship are gonna be like, "Oh, you snore a lot. Maybe you should see something," right? Like everybody has problems in that fucking thing, right? Like so. Anyway, as it stands,
yes.
As far as I know, I've never been able to breathe right. So I tell my allergist this. He has me have the CT scan. Comes back. He says I'm all fucked up. I gotta go see a guy. I go see the guy. Back to the same guy I originally saw. And he's like, yeah, we can fix this. Except what happened then was that was on like March 6th of 2020. i.e. like 10 days before COVID, right? So I'm like just about to schedule shit with this guy. And COVID kind of ruined all that nonsense.
And at no point was he like, COVID is a respiratory disease. Perhaps we should help this guy be able to respirate.
Yeah, I mean, he never really said anything in the follow-up. I was just supposed to call and schedule the surgery, but I didn't get around to it because COVID was a distraction for, like,
everybody,
me and the rest of the world, right? So, all of this never happened. Fast forward to post-COVID, I finally get off my ass. I go see the guy again. Long story long, because this is taking forever, but I am now going to get this thing. And oh, what the CT scan revealed is that the reason I have a deviated septum is because in my right nostril, there's like this bubble of cartilage with an air pocket in it that's not supposed to be there. Like it probably just formed at birth or something. And it
you ever
deviated.
Got, like, whacked in the nose as a kid or whatever?
Maybe, but so usually you have a deviated septum because you get whacked in the nose as a kid or whatever else, right? But mine is actually because of this weird cartilage bubble thing.
Interesting.
And it pushed the septum to the other side.
Are you gonna ask to have it? Like when they pull your teeth out?
No.
I want my wisdom teeth.
They are going to, quote, shave it down. I.e., they're going to go in there with the roto-rooter, and they're going to roto-root the shit out of this thing.
Train snake.
Yeah, so they're going to shave that thing down and get rid of it. They're going to fix the septum and splint it so that it is no longer deviated.
And then you're going to be so healthy after that. You're going to be able to breathe so well.
I mean, supposedly. So that's the part that I'm excited about, is the fact that, you know, everybody I know that's had this done, and surprisingly, I know like 7 or 8 people that have had this.
Wow.
They all, Matt's had it, right?
Maybe like people in your industry, like your industry attracts people with deviated septums.
That would be an odd statistical thing to determine, but it would be kind of interesting. But yeah, so everybody says like, you know, yeah, post-surgery, it kind of sucks. You have like the swelling and the snot and the blood and everything else. And you got to do like, I've never done that neti pot shit, but
oh yeah, yeah.
People are like, yeah, you got to squirt like the saline rinse stuff up your nose, to clean it out, and then you have to keep it moisturized with like Flonase and all this other shit, right? Otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
So that'll be, well, exciting, I suppose. But the main thing is like, after all that swelling and everything is done, you can just breathe like so well.
Yeah. Well.
That it's supposed to be like
is
fairly life changing. So I am excited about that.
You're going to be able to use 100% of your brain or whatever, like that myth
Yeah,
is,
right?
You know?
Yeah, like, just imagine.
Yeah. Being able to... You're like a pug right now, in a way.
Yes. I am pug-like in my inability to breathe shit. So, yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited about it, but not excited about the next week of my life, aside from the fact that I'll be, I don't know, sitting at home playing some games or something. Or maybe I will not even feel like gaming, and I will just be sitting on my couch, catching up on Yellowstone 1883 and 1923.
What about, I don't got nothing.
Oh, and I need to get caught up on Tulsa King. That looks cool.
You watched the Ozarks?
You know, Amy and I, something came up, like there was some life event or something that we stopped watching the Ozarks in like the mid to late season 2. And I have not gotten back to it yet, but that's one I want to finish, and I think she said she doesn't care to finish it with me.
There you go.
So,
you can watch Michael Bluth. George Michael Sr. No, he doesn't like my rest.
Yeah. Man, I fucking love him. Dude, and those shoes... What I could do is watch all of Arrested Development again, even though I've probably watched that like dozens of times in my life. It's just such a good series.
This game gives me... I know that this is going to sound lame, but this game just reminds me of Spyro.
The game you're playing or World of Warcraft?
No, the game that you're currently playing. Like, even like the animation style, like, looks very similar to Spyro. I don't know if you ever played Spyro.
I did not play Spyro. What came first, the WoW or the Spyro?
I think it was Spyro, because Spyro was on PlayStation 1.
Yeah? Yeah, that would make sense.
That was like the original PlayStation. That was like mid-90s.
Yeah. And I used to, even when I was a non-WoW player, I would like make fun of the WoW players because I was playing EverQuest 2, right? Where characters look
doesn't
more...
give you any ground to stand on.
Well, we made fun of them because the characters looked way more realistic, right? Like in EQ2. And even Age of Conan, when it came out, like we played that and that was like super good graphics. But, you know, so we used to kind of make fun of WoW for that reason. But then just the gameplay and everything else in WoW has just always been better. Like, that's the problem with it. Or not the problem, it's a problem for WoW. It's a problem for everything else. Is it even with, like, more kind of, like, cartoony graphics, right? Like, my guy here, he's kind of cartoony.
Yeah, the fact that that dragon just basically almost clipped to the floor.
Yeah. Well, and they're running off of the engine that they built, you know, way back, so...
That's because they probably ran out of engineers to maintain it. All those guys retired.
Well, potentially.
What is it you seek?
And I think they just won't ever use the Unreal Engine because they don't want to pay fucking Epic or whatever.
I mean, I get it. Epic doesn't deserve any real money. They make Fortnite.
Yeah, right.
There is only one true, an old memory.
Timeless one. I need to borrow your sight. Okay, buddy.
Let us hope it has wisdom to impart.
My friends.
What makes this gameplay better?
just the way that they kind of, in comparison to other MMOs, right? There's two things I think that are significant. One, I don't know. I'm not really listening to this audio, but they keep up with content and create new content and engaging content more rapidly and readily. So it's hard for other MMOs to get their start, right? Because you spend, I don't know, however many millions of dollars or whatever the investment is to get like the game launched at first, and then you have to like make some money because you're almost immediately building the next dev cycle for the next expansion. So if you're WoW, the moment that you launched Dragonflight 3 months ago, you're already building the next thing, while also having a crew that like maintains content patches, balance patches, updates, and everything else for the current thing. But your next expansion's already in dev, and they just happen to be established enough that it's hard for anybody to keep up with that, unless they invest. Because it's almost like having to invest in 2 games up front. One that you build, and then immediately when that game launches, you build the next one.
Dude, I hate game development as a career. I would never do it.
I mean, I could imagine it would be super satisfying, like when one goes gangbusters, right? But like,
but you don't really get a portion of like the gangbusters. Like all that just goes into like execs bonuses and back into the company.
I mean, I don't know. If you're small,
like whatever 100. If you're small, yeah.
Like I think all those Riot guys that originally did fucking the first League of Legends, they're all like driving around fucking $250,000 cars, like the Mercedes EQS shit like that. Why can I?
Yeah, but now all the new guys that are doing it, now all the new guys that are developing it, like they don't get shit, and then also they have to work like it's all the horror stories that I've heard, right? Mandatory overtime, which is just like insane. Nobody will ever be grateful for any of the content that you produce.
Yeah,
somebody's always gonna complain. You're working nonstop. Then you have to maintain it. Oh my god. It's just, as a developer, like, woof. I do not envy those guys. In fact, I feel bad for them. I had a friend who worked for
magic in everything.
What's that game?
About our history.
Not ESPN. EA games. And he maintained Madden and a variety of other games. And it was like his dream to become like a developer. Like he applied to Blizzard multiple times. Has a degree in computer science from Notre Dame, right? Like a quality candidate. Still couldn't break into Blizzard, and like settled with EA, and is just maintaining Madden. Like, talk about a fucking dream killer. I feel so bad for him.
Well, I mean, is that how he feels about it? Is he super depressed about it?
I don't know if he's like super depressed about it. But like, I don't think he's super depressed about it. I think he quit EA about when COVID started. But I like talked to him about it a little bit, and like he's super open about mental health, but I don't know if we had that kind of relationship. But we hung out a little bit, like we met each other at school, right? And we talked, and he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try for Blizzard, right? It's like, dude, go for it, right? And he like applied, and I don't think that he made it, but I talked to him about just like the game development experience as a whole, and he was like, dude, this like, I fix bugs. And I'm like, oh my god, right? Like, shit, dude. And he's like, yeah, and the Madden game is like one big if-else switch statement. And I was like, dude, I was like, oh my god, man, please, no. No, Colin.
That's not a ringing endorsement for Madden, that's for sure.
No, not at all. So I don't know what he's up to now. But yeah, he did work for EA for a bit as a game developer. And I can only imagine that EA, based off of like their predatory sales, that they're like 100% like probably the evil overlord of video games also to their employees. I can't imagine that, like,
I was going to check if the
nobody at EA Games is family, unlike all these other, like, big tech companies, right? Like Google's, Netflix, quote unquote, your family. No. EA Games, you like a Twitter employee now.
No. Like, so basically, like an immigrant that will lose their green card if they
probably
like fucking stop working for you. It's an unfortunate way to think about it.
Yeah, tell me stories about you and your youth and something.
Me, my youth.
Yeah, you and your youth. Tell me about the carefree Corey. Before responsibility.
I don't know. Let's see. Carefree.
Play hockey. Wait, where'd you grow up?
Northwest Pennsylvania, not Canada.
Oh, I think you told me that.
If I grew up in Canada, I'd play hockey. No, nobody played hockey where I was at.
I mean, Northwest Pennsylvania is pretty close.
It is, admittedly, right? And like, and of course we were all like Penguins fans and shit like that, right? I think the main thing is.
Is that where Allegheny is?
Allegheny is near there, yes.
How do you feel about the Allegheny National Forest?
I lived right next to the Allegheny National Forest. It's nice. A lot of good hiking there. A lot of good fishing, sporting, hunting, that kind of thing. You know, all that stuff. Yeah, no. Feel perfectly good about the Allegheny National Forest.
Yeah, it's good.
But no, I mean, I don't know, like I guess old carefree Corey, like life was just very different growing up where I grew up than, I don't want to say for a lot of other people. I guess it was just more country, but like kind of country in a way. Because it's not like I had a farm and like a bunch of animals and shit like that or anything of those natures. I didn't have any of that.
Went to the local park and like play with sticks. That's what I did, man.
Dude, like a lot of times, like when we would get home, like no one, like some of your friends you would live near to, but not a ton of them. Because the town was kind of sprawling a little bit. So you had to, what we would do, like once we had bicycles and everything, like you get off the bus every day and go in and change your clothes or whatever from your school clothes, and then like get on your bicycle and go
get on your bikes, ride.
Yeah, and we'd like ride out to, there was like this little grocery store in the middle of town called Rod's Grocery. It was just like family owned and owned by this guy named Rod. And we would like bike there after work and get like candy and snacks and like a hoagie or something, and or not after work, after school, or we would do that on weekends and stuff. But like, you know, it's just weird thinking about like growing up with like a normal phone that not a cell phone, and like so you just had the house phone, so you had to like get home and like call everybody like, oh, what do you want to do or whatever. Or you had like my friends on the street, right? And we'd go out and go like bike riding up and down the street or whatever else, or go out and play in the woods and shit. Like we were always just playing in the woods, dude.
Yeah, same with me.
And then eventually there was the internet, and we were old enough that we could ride like four-wheelers and shit, so we would ride that stuff down to the grocery store instead of having to bike there, which was a lot faster. Or I would get on my dirt bike and ride over to my buddy Travis's house, and we would play Contra and, you know, beat Contra with the 30 life code and shit or whatever we were doing. Why did I mount this mount? What the fuck? So yeah, there was, I don't know, there was all kinds of stuff going on, but what the fuck is this?
100% make a tree fort together. That's what I did.
Oh yeah, everybody had like a tree house, right? And,
yeah.
dude, now I have to do the Halls of Infusion for this too? Fuck's sakes. The Halls of Infusion for everything right now.
Did you, you trade baseball cards or whatever?
Yep, in fact.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was just going to say, my mom, recently in one of her visits down here, she brought down like my old gray binder of baseball cards.
Yeah. I got one with Pokemon cards.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, I don't know whether that shit's worth like keeping or what or whatever.
You should 100% go to like a card store and just get it appraised. Just be like, hey, like, tell me how much all this is worth.
I mean, I can't imagine it's worth much, but hell,
dude,
maybe
I don't know, man, because like you say that, but there's probably like a couple grand in there. Not even joking.
No way.
I'm not like, for real, man. Like the Pokemon cards that we had, like as kids, my parents never even really bought us Pokemon cards, right? Because they just thought it was like a waste of money. So like we just like scrounged Pokemon cards from like other kids, right? And they just like would give us Pokemon cards and stuff like that. And even those Pokemon cards, which are like the dupes that nobody wanted, right? Like that shit was still like worth like money, right? Like we have a Pokemon binder with like probably like a couple hundreds of just like crap cards, because there's like misprints on them, or there's like originals, or there's like some of them are called like shadowless, where like they changed like the printing format of the card. They don't do that anymore, right? I'm not joking, man. I'm sure, like, I don't know if like you like bought cards, but if you bought cards and like actually like got like the equivalent of rares or holographics, I don't know.
I'll check into it.
Because I was in Maine about a year ago, for the fall, like not last fall, but last fall, and I went to an antique store, and I bought for my dad, because he used to collect baseball cards. I bought him like 3 or 4 or 5 baseball cards from like the 1990s, right? Because I just like have that shit just lying around, and they were selling them for like $1 a piece. So I bought him like a handful, and I gave it to him, and then like we opened it up and like looked it up, and there were some cards in there that were selling for like $10.
Wow.
Yeah,
hold on a
like,
second.
no
I gotta give a shout out to my nieces who are apparently watching the stream right now that Amy just informed me of. So that's hello to Amelia and Charlotte. I hope you're enjoying your day off, sitting at home, probably with your mother. I'm glad you're watching me instead of however many different versions of Baby Shark and what is it? What else does she like? They watch a lot of Baby Shark, a lot of not Roadblocks yet. What's it? Minecraft. The Minecraft videos are probably better than watching me. That's fair. But some of that stuff that Charlotte's into, I don't know about that. And then get some of those nighttime superheroes, Owlette and the cat guy and whatever else. Yeah. Watch that too. Yes, I said. Oh yeah, and Jared watches chess. Probably a little advanced for you too.
Worth it.
But if you could become chess grandmasters, I think there's a lot of money in that. So think about that.
There is a fair amount of money in it.
Sweetheart, I did say Minecraft. Thank you for reminding me. I know the Minecraft. I know it's not the Paw Patrol though, honey. What's the Gecko Kid and the Cat Kid and Owlette?
PJ Mask.
Is that it? PJ Mask? Yeah, thank you, Jared, for that.
My kids watch it too.
Oh, your kids are watching PJ Mask also? Yes, Amelia is a big fan of PJ Mask.
I think that's what it's called, but
it is. I believe that to be correct. Yes.
And Blippi.
Oh, what is Blippi?
Blippi's like modern day Blue's Clues.
Oh, she might know what Blippi is.
It's like modern day Blue's Clues, but without the I Spy version of it. Just like a kid who... It's like if you took Mr. Rogers and combined Mr. Rogers with Blue's Clues.
Mr. Rogers plus Blue's Clues would apparently be Blippi. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. And
yeah,
then
Roblox.
Roblox.
Mr. Rogers, like, taught people to be kind and shit, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Do your kids watch Roblox or play Roblox? I don't know. My nephew Flynn plays a lot of Roblox.
You know, you can scam people in Roblox.
Amelia, are you talking to me directly? Tell your dad that, or whoever is watching, that they have to chat to me through the application that they are streaming from, probably their phone. They can type chats in, but I can't hear you talking to me if you're trying to talk to me directly at the TV.
Hey, Amelia.
And Jared says hello, if you did not hear him.
I didn't quite hear the other one's name.
Charlotte.
Hello, Charlotte.
Alright, let's see if I can find a group for this silly dungeon here. Average wait time, 21 seconds.
Why is there... Okay, so I'm copying a file system over, and I was just looking at the files go by to check on it. And this one was saying it was downloading Mission Impossible trailer. Why is that on the file system?
Honey, I had Penn earlier, but I don't know where he is now. And I just got into a dungeon, so I can't go lift up a cat at this time. Penn, like, legit, if you rewind on the stream, there was a point at which Penn, like, jumped up in my face. Jared got to see him. And then he jumped up on my shoulder and stuck his butt right at the camera for a good bit. So you should be able to rewind to that point. It was super exciting. Yes, he's a disgusting little cat who shows everybody his butt. Are these guys going to come up here and do any damage, or are they just going to sit around? Come on, people. Let's go. Yep, alright, here we go.
Oh my god, the VPN is so slow.
You just have like a custom VPN type thing going on?
It's a,
work VPN probably, huh?
Yeah, work VPN.
Makes sense. Yeah, somebody was asking me the other day why, like, commercial VPN software wasn't... Like, they're like, why isn't that considered safe? And I'm like, well, you're really just trading one type of... Like, it's just the lesser of evils? Maybe not even the lesser, right? Like, you're trying to avoid giving away your privacy to, like, everything else, but ultimately you're still just now...
Just giving it to somebody else.
Yeah, like, now Nord can read all your traffic or whatever, right? It's like, oh, Nord, alright, I trust them. That seems okay. So that's always, you know, an interesting discussion. Oh, really? But it's supposed to be encrypted or whatever. It kind of is.
I mean, it's encrypted on the way there. With
Yeah.
the key that they have.
Yeah, it's encrypted with a key that they own and control. Dude, what time is it? 11:30? I'm gonna need some lunch after this. Might need to run out. Probably not gonna be having any McDonald's or anything for a bit, so maybe I'll go get that today.
Oh my god, I love that. I love it. It's the best food of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would argue that McDonald's is the best food of all time, but I'll probably go out and get like a Big Mac and a quarter pounder and just eat those and then get back on the game or something. I don't know. And Matt just texted me a minute ago. He said he's making Renee's mom's hot sausage recipe for Billy and I. Billy is another friend of ours. Because Billy and I are both having surgery tomorrow. Him for his shoulder and me for my nose. What is happening here? We almost defeated that thing outright. And then, what is that thing? A quest item. Oh, I needed that. Haha! Quest achieved. So yeah. Super exciting times. Ooh, I am hungry. Yeah, dude. A little Mickey D's action, that'll be just perfect for me. Open this door.
I am out of range.
Come here, you stupid little frogs. How do one of these dudes die? Holy fright. This is a heroic dungeon, pal. You're dying in here. Ooh, do not graduate to Mythic, my friend. Oh god, I'm so slow. Better run through the jungle. Come on, guys. You can't kill that stuff while we're running here? Holy
Titan pawns have come to stop.
I'm a Titan pawn, you say? Oh, mini bosses, hello to you. Sure, yeah, you were that guy. Some dude AFK? No wonder we were on the struggle bus.
This doesn't look like Linux at all. Or sorry, Android.
Well, it could not look like Android or Linux.
True. But it's looking a lot like Linux. It's got the same file format of the root partition, and it's got... I just don't see any relevant, like, Android isms. I don't think I see any lib binders. I don't see any, like, service manager. So, I don't see anything. It just looks like straight Linux, which is interesting, but whatever. I will know in about 10 minutes after this thing is finished copying the multiple gigabytes.
And then we got Gunner from Earth and Ring. Welcome, Gunner. Now we go through this tunnel and over to that guy. Someday I'll remember the directions of this zone. I just don't. Oh, they don't want to stand in that crap. Let me loot that. So this work you were doing today, it is for Cyphertech?
Correct. I don't know if that guy just did anything. Just lose his queen. Now I'm just waiting for shit to download.
Are you also watching chess?
No, I'm playing chess while I'm waiting for their, they have a VPN with all of, like, the file system images on it, and I'm just trying to... Just trying to get them file systems.
I love it, dude. I love it. There's some chess action going on.
I can get a pretty massive center. Actually, what's here?
I need to target something. Okay, buddy. Okie body. Alright, let's get this boss.
We'll build a new world, free from their corruption.
Line of sight behind the rock.
He's imploding, which is fine.
Who
And by he, I mean the bot is imploding.
Your chess opponent? Yeah, now you go right down this little path. Thanks, Shaman, for that speed boost. Ooh, I got a like on my channel? Yeah. Likes and subscribes, baby. Likes and subscribes. I'm amazed that I have 48 subscribers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I don't know them all, right? Like, I didn't call my mom up and be like, hey, can you please subscribe to my channel? Uh-oh. Why did this guy just clip back to here? Interesting.
Oh my god, 3 hours? Why is the VPN so slow?
Come here. Oh, for God's sakes. I was out of that visually. Out. No! No! Push me all the way back to the beginning. I think they killed her. Good for them. Yay. And the final boss. The Primal Tsunami. Oh, he punted me. Buddy. Gotcha. Any plate wearers I can give this to? No. They didn't say anything. They all just leave the group. Like, we're out of here. Good enough. And I should have just ordered McDonald's. Oh well, I'll go get it. How long have I been streaming? Only about 2 hours. Ooh. That's nothing. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, how long did you stream at WoW launch? I'm like, first one was like 6.5 hours, the next one was 7, so like 13.5 hours on launch day. Woof. That was actually the last day I streamed too. Still had a ton of views from that. Ba, 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 ba. What's up there? Good grief.
It is 150 bytes per second.
That is not a fast download.
No.
That is decidedly slow. Like, remarkably slow.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to wait for anything to happen at 150 bytes per second. That might have been fast in the dial-up days. Ooh, cinematic. Oh, look at that.
Tyr's allies hid a record of his memories in the depths of Ultron.
Alright, well, that was an exciting scene.
But before it could be recovered, agents of the infinite Dragonflight
that is a lot of reputation with the Valdraken Accords.
We must locate that disc, or find another way to restore Tyr.
I think I'm going to use that next week.
Will depend upon it.
It will be done,
See, this is
Queen
strategy, where this week I only need 700 more rep, but next week I'll need another 3,000. So I'm going to save that little thing wherever it went. Find it, Corey. Find it. What was it? Memory of Tyr. There she blows. Alright, drag it down there next to those healing potions you bought. And then next week, my boy, click on that thing. Alright, gotta clean all this stuff out. But looking good. Okay. Okie dokie. So we got that done. Turn that in, turn that in, turn that in, turn that in. Let's go do all of those things. And then go get McDonald's.
Oh my god, you're hyping me up. Hyping me up for my favorite food.
Is that your favorite food?
Absolutely.
Dude, it is like sometimes, I mean, I don't eat it often, maybe once a month, but it just hits the spot, right? Like,
yeah, it's fantastic.
There's just something about a Big Mac from time to time. We all know that secret sauce is just Thousand Island dressing, and I do not care. Just have a little Thousand Island, baby. Right on top of two delicious patties.
Yeah, absolutely delicious.
Stand strong.
And you know that it's like, that's not real food that you're eating. So you know that whatever's in there is really, really good. If like, you know, if they're making whatever that is taste like a real good food.
Yeah, for sure. Is that dude going to be up there for me to turn this into this time? Because let me tell you what's annoying. Alright. Finally. God.
In the footsteps of Tyr.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And I don't care about those things. Oh, do I have to pick one? Which one's worth the most money? I don't know what this question mark is. Oh, I think it means it doesn't understand it. But it is also worth the most money.
Trust in the order.
Gracias. Oh, I missed the door. Crashed.
You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Yeah.
Was this a smother? Yeah, it is.
I offer you my aid.
I think I've been pushing up the Iskarin. I don't know if that's the way to go, but let's push up some Valdraken.
Stay vigilant.
Ooh, weapon appearances unlocked. I dropped down to only one viewer. Holy fright.
I'm here. Hello.
I've turned them all off, dude. Turn them all off. What is this wielding Titanic might? I always assume one of my viewers is Alan, and one of them is maybe Seth.
Oh, hi, Alan.
Yeah, I kind of... Well, now that I'm down to one viewer, and if it's just you, then he ain't gonna be on there, but... Ooh, I get the Watcher's Broadsword. That's a thing.
Until next time. In unity, find strength. What brings you here? Fair
I
skies.
wonder how many of those I have. Oh, only that many. So, question answered. Sell a bunch of crap.
It is a world of wonders.
Yay. Alright, and get rid of a bunch of this other stuff.
How the hell did this man get his knight here? So I'm doing chess puzzles, right?
That can't possibly be good. Jeez, apparently I can summon a bunch of big lunkers.
May we all find what we seek.
Yes, may we all find what we seek.
Are you fucked up?
Are you winning in this chess match, Jared?
Well, there's a couple different things that I do.
That
But
sounds like
actually,
a no.
I actually have been getting better at chess. I just need to study it. Is my biggest problem. Is that I've just been too lazy to study the openings. So if you don't study the openings, you don't get brought to a middle game. So middle game is pretty much where like the purest chess is, where you depart from book. So book is like the prescribed best moves up until a certain like number of moves, right? So like you generally want to be in book to like the first 10 or so moves, right? Because if you're not in book, somebody else who is in book is going to destroy you, right? Just because they've studied and memorized the different openings and what the purpose is. So if you are in book and your opponent is also in book and you finally get through like the first 10 or so moves, you're into basically what's called the middle game. And the middle game is where it's purely you, right? It's you finding resources that you need to beat your opponent, right? There's no like prescribed, like you'll see tactic, like you can find tactics and stuff in there, but it's the combination of tactics and strategy that hasn't been done before. When you get to the end game is a little bit different. End game has like a variety of like principles where like based off of like your middle game, you're eventually going to get into an end game. If you don't win by attacking in the middle game, you'll get to the end game. And the end game has like its own sequence of principles and strategies about like where your king is supposed to be and where your pawns are and what to trade for and whatnot, right? And if you it's not quite as much as book being in the opening phase, but it's pretty like standard theory, right? Like you get into a point where like positions are known to be draws if you have a certain combination of pieces, or if your pieces are in like certain squares at a certain point, right? So the middle game is like pure, like the most pure chess. But anyways, I do like I can beat like 1500 level computers, and computers aren't good representation of like actual skill, because it's like it's hard to replicate like how a human at a specific elo would actually play. So it's really not that great of like a thing. But anyways, there are puzzles, and the whole point of puzzles is to help you recognize patterns to identify specific tactics, right?
Okay.
So if your pieces are in a certain like alignment, then generally you will have this kind of tactic available to you. So it's all about like trying to identify those patterns and seeing where you've seen them before, so that you can quickly recall these tactics. So there's something on chess.com called Puzzle Rush, and the point of Puzzle Rush is that you try to solve as many. The one that I do is called Survival, and you have 3 strikes, and the puzzles get harder and harder and harder and harder. So I just lost because I got my 3rd strike, but I got to level 32, which is the highest I've ever been. So, you know, it was an 1800 level puzzle. So for reference, like 1000 is considered like average. Like 1500 is considered like the bottom tier of advanced. 2000 is considered expert, and like 2100 is like a FIDE master or a national master, and then 22 to 23 is an international master, and then 24 to 25 is a grandmaster, and then 26 25 20 24 25 26 is like a grandmaster. 27 is most GMs, and then 28 is like the top 3 generally. So an 1800 level puzzle is like just it is like the higher tier. It'd be like diamond, if you will.
Okay. Huh. All right. Ooh, we get Dragon Isles blacksmithing from that. Whew. Speaking of, there's something I was just thinking I was going to check. And now I don't remember what it was. Alrighty. Lego My Aggro. That's fun. Oh, I was going to see about putting in work order. But I need like a jewel crafter's table, I guess. Well, I'll have to look up how to place a crafting order later. Because I don't know how. But I need to get a neck piece from the crafted thing. Alrighty. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to cut the stream, go get lunch, be back in like an hour or so. Maybe do some chores first, but then I'll be back probably for another good couple hours of gaming, streaming, having a good time. All right, man. Appreciate the conversation. Enjoy your reverse engineering and such. And I will catch you later.
Send me a picture of your McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
I will do it.
Thank you.
All right, Jared. We'll see you,
Later,
man. All right, stream. Back in a bit.